Dear friends, India is said to be one of the robust democracy of the world, and in electoral democracy also it is regarded as the one of the finest electoral democracy in the world in choosing the candidates in a free and fair manner. There is no dispute in it. But in a decade, the experiences of the voters are quite different. They have been disfranchised from the electoral list and have been deprived of their right to vote. In Indian polity, an old constitutional debate is going on, demanding that voting should be made as a fundamental right instead of a statutory right. This demand seems to be occurred, but therein lies the core principles of constitutional values, ethos, and morality of Indian democracy. Our simple question is that in a democracy, what could be more fundamental than a citizen's right to choose those who should govern? What is irony is that the highest court of the land, that is the Supreme Court of India, for more than 7 decades, has not addressed this issue, but has consistently held that the right to vote is not a fundamental right, but merely a statutory right. This is nothing but an extraordinary constitutional anomaly or a great tragedy of India's matured democracy and electoral democracy. The Supreme Court of India, in many judgments, stated that the right to vote is a statutory right. It is a different question, but the right to know is a fundamental right. The freedom to make an informed choices is also a fundamental right. The freedom to make an informed choice and the secrecy of the ballot is also a fundamental right, and even though the right to reject all candidates, that is NOVA, is protected as a fundamental right. Our question is that the citizens of this country or the voters of this country ask these simple questions to the government of India and also to the highest court of the land, that is the Supreme Court of India, to answer. While all these have been made as a fundamental right under Article 19 within bracket 1A of the Indian Constitution under Part 3 of the Indian Constitution, why not the right to vote should be made as a fundamental right instead of a statutory right? Because in the KESAVANANDA BHARATHI, the basic structure of the Indian Constitution, 13 members Constitutional Bench has rated that democracy is one of the basic structure of the Indian Constitution. While democracy is reaffirmed as the basic structure of the Indian Constitution, why not the right to vote should be made as a fundamental right? In the Constituent Assembly debate on November 25th, 1949, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, the chief architect of the Indian Constitution, has said that on January 26, 1950, India enters into a bundle of contradictions. That is, one man, one vote, one value has been achieved as a political right, but the contradiction is that one man is not one value as far as the social and economic spheres are concerned. This was the warning. Unless or otherwise, these socio and economic inequalities have not been addressed by the government, definitely the constitution and the democracy of the country would be in free. What he told was that in the Constitution of Assembly debate, political right, the voters' right has been achieved irrespective of any position or without any discrimination. But now the government of India's directives in making the special intensive revision on the position of the Supreme Court of India in denying lakhs and lakhs of voters their voting right is making this demand that the right to vote shall be made as a fundamental right in Part 3 of the Indian Constitution. This is the demand of the 147 crores of Indian people and voters of India. Thank you so much.